Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new revolution.
Teenage filmmaker Fiyin Gambo is a graduate of engineering, but his love for moving pictures is driving him to change the face of Nollywood in his own way.
Fiyin Gambo, he is a young movie producer and a director. He's self-taught filmmaker and has produced 2 short films.
Has a way of making you get into him, of making you see it. He's a genius. Let me just put it that way.
It is good, but whatever encouragement you need, I will do it.
Everything is possible. As long as you can dream it, you can achieve it.
Good morning, amazing landmark. So good to join you. I so wish I could be there physically, but either ways, we're still talking. Welcome to the We Inspire Conference 2019. I'm excited to be part of the people that will be speaking to you, and I hope you enjoy the film, by the way. And I think you guys look amazing. You girls and the guys, you guys look awesome. So hello, Favor, part of the organizers of the event, Tunji. I also got talking with some interesting people from Landmark on Instagram. If I remember very well, Simi Sola, Moji, there was a Dafe. Yeah, then LMU Press, LMU Digest, thank you for the awesome job. I hope you enjoyed the magic of Pursuit, or you're going to enjoy it. So good afternoon, and I'll be talking to you on something really important. Something important, but let's not take ourselves too seriously. The Nigerian youth and global impact. I think it's a very important topic when I was told to speak to it. So let's cast our mind back to a few days ago when we saw Drake bringing Whiskey to the stage to sing that their epic jam together. And it was such an awesome moment. Although some of you Whiskey and Davido fans turned it to a fight. But it's really putting Nigeria on a global stage, which is really important, and that'll be how awesome to be when Nigeria wins their first Oscar or win our first Grammy. You get so we as the young youth, we are the future of now. Not even the future. We're the now generation, and we are going to play a very big role in putting Nigeria on the map and Africa in total. So how do we put Nigeria, put Africa, and be able to impact the world globally? And that's some of the things that if you see I scribbled in this book, so I'll just share some of few of that with you. So the first thing we need to know, the world is evolving. So some months ago we heard about Jeff Bezos, which is like the richest person in the world right now, the owner of Amazon, and his wife, I think they filed for a divorce, and she's going to be entitled to 4% of Amazon, and that's going to make her, if I'm not mistaken, the 4th richest woman in the world. Wow. So let me take you back on a little journey. Back in the 90s, the guys that were on the Forbes list were the energy companies, the Chevron, the Shell, the petroleum companies, the petroleum moguls, the transportation and everything. But just in the space of 10, 15 years, everything has changed. If you go back to the Forbes list today, it's not more the energy companies, it's not more oil, it's not more the resources. It's now the Facebook, the Amazons, the Microsoft, the Apple. Apple is the first $1 trillion company. So it was exciting times we are living in. So for us to be able to become people that can affect the world globally, we need to have a departure philosophy from what is currently there. Our curriculums are teaching outdated topics. We're lucky to be in schools like Landmark and Covenants that are blazing the trail, but we even need to do more. We need to do more to be able to compete globally, because a kid, I watched a video, my brother is in your school, by the way, and Tolu showed me some guys in high school are already already proffering cure to some sort of cancer. I saw another video of another guy in secondary school in Germany that did a very intelligent drone that can help people in military, and I was like, oh my god. And we are in university here, we're still writing papers and research papers that nobody's going to use. So how do we want to compete with these guys that even in secondary school they are changing stuff, not just doing BODMAS, BODMAS? So we need to really have a departure philosophy, understand that the competition is global. If you look at it, See when Zuckerberg started Facebook at a very young age, at 19. We had Microsoft starting at the age of 18. All these really, really young ages and everything you get. And that's why it was really important for me to make my film. I made my film at the age of 18 going to 19. I wanted to tell Africans and Nigerians all around the world that you can do anything you want to do. And at 21, I've been very fortunate to handle a few things. So it's not about being okay. People complain that in Nigeria it's not possible. That's not true. I have a friend of mine, Wadi, and she at 19, so she had a foundation, and today she's 22 and she's traveled every single place. How about Silas Adekunle, who is the youngest paid robotics engineer? He's 26 and is the youngest, is the most paid robotics engineer in the whole world. It's interesting the times we live in. You can read up about Kevin Do and all of that. But the major thing is that if we are to get ready for global takeover, like a global takeover, we need to understand that we need to be built on ethics. So this generation, we must understand there's some key principles that will allow us play on the global stage. We need to have the art of discipline, because in this part of the world we have these things like African time and all that. No, for us to be able to compete globally, we need to change our mindset. First of all, remove that poverty mindset that if you have to be white to be great. No, everything is embedded in that your melanin popping. Everything is there. The ability to be the greatest. I mean, look at Anthony Joshua. I mean, success does not have any color. Success does not have any race. Anybody can be anything you want to be. It's just about positioning yourself, changing your work ethics, changing your mindset, believing that you can take on the world. Everything starts from here. Once your mind agrees that you are going to be a global person, a global citizen that's going to shake things up, yeah, you are poised for that. So we need to work on things like integrity. We need to have integrity as a people. We need to have discipline. You get, because we complain today about the government saying, "Oh, the government is corrupt. That's why we can't achieve. There's no light. There's no that." But this government, we forget that they want them from us. So in your classroom, when there's something that has to be that's wrong, stand up for what is right. You get. So I will just read a quick, interesting statistic. And one of the reasons that why we have a long way to go in becoming global. So I read something some days back on Instagram. I'll just read it out to you. It says 25.6 million people applied for the NNPC opening, the one that just opened this year. So that's approximately 30 million people applied. That means approximately 30 million youths or more are unemployed. If we're able to create 1 million jobs yearly, which is literally almost impossible for now, it will take at least 30 years to get those 30 million people out of the unemployment gap. Now, mind you, during that 30 years, there are going to be more people coming out from university every year, turning out from every university, Landmark, Covenant, Unilag, all over Nigeria. That means between that period, there will be about 15 more million people added to this unemployed market. So what am I saying? Guys, I hate to break it to you, but there are not enough jobs as the people that are coming out from school. So the solution is we need people like you that will be entrepreneurs, people like you that would invent stuff that solves the world problems and can create jobs for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The world is counting on you. Because if everybody comes on the mindset of, okay, I want to have a good degree, which is good, have a good degree and want to work for some big company, who are the people that are going to create these jobs? You get, and the world is not really looking for people with fancy degrees anymore, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing, by the way, to come out with a first class. But you see that the world is shifting more to people that can solve the world's problem. I bet you, if someone that is like maybe primary school or secondary school, let's say, maybe is about 16 years old and finds the cures to HIV/AIDS, trust me, that guy's going to be a millionaire overnight. The world doesn't care about certification. The world cares about sabification. Do you sabi the work? Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to solve the problem? You get. So the idea is, when you see a problem, don't be a typical Nigerian youth and start to complain and tweet about it and put on your Instagram. Rather, think, what can I do to solve this problem? And that's how I entered into film. I saw a lot of things that I didn't like. I mean, some years back, all these funny film tricks. They'll shoot somebody and like, oh, he shot me. I shot me, I'll die now. You get, so I saw a lot of fake things, and I really wanted to change things up. And I said, okay, instead of talking about it, why don't I do something about it? And that was my journey into filmmaking. It took me like 4 or 5 years before I could make a film like Pursuit. But you have to start from where you are and with what you have. You don't have to wait for that $1 million check or before you start new way. Start with what one thing you had. I started taking pictures with my tablet. Today I've done million naira worth of productions. You have to start from where you are and with what you have. You get, so generations unborn are counting on us to step up to the game. Meaning entertainment industry, especially the music industry. I like the fact that we are doing a lot. I mean, and once you stay true to yourself, we've seen the likes of Whiskey and Davido and Mr. Easy carrying our music above the borders. So we need to export more and not import everything. We import everything from toothpick even to British pizza. I don't even know how true that is, but we need to be able to export more of our talents, our resources and everything. Everybody's traveling, everybody's living, going to Canada. But we for us to solve the world's problem, we need to solve Africa's biggest problem. A lot of things to be fixed in Africa, and in as much as it's good to go abroad, get the experience, I'll really implore you to come back to Africa and fix it, because these countries we're running away to, some people built them. And if you look at the documentary, they say the men who built America, not the government that built America. So Nigeria, we're looking for the men who will build Nigeria. We're not going to wait for the government. We're not going to wait for maybe APC or PDP or whatever new party. We're going to fix it ourselves. And I think we have the smartest minds. We have the most creative minds. As long as we can just channel all that energy into positive stuff, I believe that we will have a country that will be recognized with globally. We'll have a country that's even more beautiful than Wakanda. It's possible as long as we believe it, and we work very, very hard to bring us to a global stage. So to have global impact, you have to be true to yourself. You have to know yourself. Who are you as a person? Who are you as an individual? Who are you as a Nigerian? Who are you as an African? Then from there, look at what is going on the global stage. Don't be a local champion. Don't be excited because in that your small corner, maybe in Landmark University, or in your village, or in your house, in your area, you are the Baba. No. Look at your guys in your field. Is it in makeup? Is it in music? Is it in technology? Is it in sciences? Is it in film? Look at international. What are your mates doing at international? What are they doing in America? What are they doing in Dubai? How can you put that process into your own and make it better and not losing yourself, still being African? Because the reason why people will identify with you is because you have something unique to bring to the table. So I implore all of you to go out there and change things. Don't be afraid to take a step. This is the best time to take the risks, because you really have nothing at stake now. You don't have a wife or a husband or some kids that if you take a risk, it's going to affect them. So go out there, break stuff, and be phenomenal. And I trust that I'll meet a lot of you at the top. Have a very, very, very successful semester ahead. I hope someday I'll come around to Landmark and see you guys in person. But I mean, this is all we could do for now. And do have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you so much. We're inspired. Thank you so much, everybody. Do have a lovely day ahead. Cheers.